Hello and welcome to my backyard where I'm sitting in the grass with my dog and my smoothie doing a gardening project. And I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. Okay, a couple weeks ago I showed you the backyard and what we did back here. The theme of this year is less is more, and I'm loving it. And speaking of less is more, we're finally putting the finishing touches on the front of the house. So I'm going to show you it in a little bit, but I've always wanted to decorate our front porch, and I never have, and we finally have this year, and I love it, and I'm obsessed with it, and it's so pretty and perfect. And so I'm going to show you a little bit what I did, but I've always wanted some really big planters out front. However, our porch is kind of like off-centered, and I'm a little bit weird about like things being symmetrical, so I didn't really know, couldn't really do it around the front door. I'll show you here in a second so it'll make more sense. So what I ended up doing is I found a wicker bench off of wicker bench, yes, that's what I said, off Facebook Marketplace for $25. It was old and yuck, but now it's beautiful and perfect. They wanted to do like a really nice bench or swing, and the bench just worked out perfectly, so we picked it up. I think it took 4, maybe 5 cans of white spray paint, and it looks brand new. I bought a black, cushion and set on top of it. I think I got it from Walmart or Target or Amazon. I can't remember, because at the beginning of quarantine I couldn't find these things, and I got some new cushions for our back porch, and I got them from a different spot, so I don't remember. I'll have to go look, but I'm going to show you here in a second. So this is the back story. So I wanted planters on either side of the bench, like really tall pretty planters. That's expensive, a little bit more. They are a lot bit more than I was wanting to spend on plant pots, so we got creative. I always like repurposing and using things in our house that we already have, and that's what we did, and I'm going to show you. Actually had, this is a teeny one, these Bushel baskets, 3 of them, here are the projects. For years I catered a wedding for one of my sweet friends a couple years ago. We did homemade popcorn in these baskets, and each different one was a different type. It was so fun and cute and perfect, and I've had them ever since. I've always wanted to throw them away because I've never used them for anything, and I never have, and now I know why. God, I'm getting wet in the grass. I had the thought, I'm going to use the Bushel baskets and see if that will work. So what I did is, this is one that I'm getting started. So of course you're gonna see, these are gonna be seen straight on, like when you're driving up to our house. They're not gonna be seen from down inside, and I'll explain that here in a second. And so I wanted something it's low and like flowy, and it's in the shade, and so I was like, I'm gonna see if these are working. So what I did is I took a black can of spray paint that was in my garage that I had already used, and spray painted them. That's it. And then when I ran out of that, I also went to my craft drawer and got out my very old, I don't know how long I've had this, probably since college, but I use it all the time still, black acrylic paint, disposable paintbrush, paint. So I just painted the outside because, again, the inside isn't going to be seen, and these are going to be on the porch, so they're not going to be out in the elements getting wet, or at least not directly getting wet. My second biggest hurdle was like, okay, what do I put in them, and what do I fill them? And let me just tell you now, just ask your mom and they'll tell you what to do, and it'll save you a whole lot of time, because that's what I did, and it worked. It took me a little while to figure out how to get things in here, and I talked to her the other day, and she was like, just use a trash bag, and I'm like, you're a genius. Why didn't I ask you that before? So the thing with this is, like, I didn't want to directly plant soil into the Bushel baskets, because they are, it's wood, and I knew it would disintegrate and probably not last as long. These won't last forever, but they'll be fine for now. And I've had the worst time trying to find like just a plastic, like you would when you go buy plants at the nursery, just a plastic huge low pot. I can't find them anywhere. And so I was asking Mom, and she's like, just use a trash bag. So we're using a trash bag, and we're finally getting them finished, because I've had my flowers for a little while, and they've had no home. So that's what we're doing today. So what I did, as I'm sitting on the ground, I ended up getting, do these fit? Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't get the bigger ones. That would have been bad. Oh, ouch. Did I get a splinter? Now they're stuck. Okay, I ended up getting, what are these called? Plastic saucers, you know, for like plants. Home Depot, it was like $2, I think. I got the 14-inch planter saucer, and we're gonna put this in the bottom because again, I don't want water to be constantly dripping, or at least as much as I can. I wanna control some of it. Just got a 14-inch one. I'm glad I didn't get a bigger one because that wouldn't fit. I'm just gonna put it in the bottom like this, and this is just gonna help try and prevent like lots of water. I mean, it's still gonna get wet, but it'll just contain it a little bit. And then trash bag from the kitchen, easy peasy, and I cut slits in it. So there's like 5 slits in the bottom so that there'll be holes to drain the water when you water it. And we're gonna put it in here and fill it with potting soil. I've already kind of started on this one, but I didn't finish it all the way because I didn't have this yet. And so I'm gonna do that now, and then we'll plant these little babies. You want, obviously, these are begonias. I tried to find tuberous begonias because again, that's what my mom told me to do, and I couldn't find them, so I got regular ones. But they'll be fine. Our porch is, oh yeah, it's going. Our porch is mainly in the shade, so I needed a shaded plant, and that's what, it'll be fine. That's what I ended up getting. But what I'm gonna do is, like, at the end of the season, all I have to do is take out the garbage bag, lift it out, and then I'll probably put some mums in here, and not probably, I'm definitely gonna put mums in here in the fall. And the good thing about that is, like with the mums, you know, you buy them a big old mum in from Costco or wherever in the big thing, big plastic potter, you just stick it straight inside here. So lift the dirt out, put the potter in here, it's good to go. So it's gonna be really versatile, I think, and then I'll just reuse the soil if it's fine by the end of the season. But we're gonna plant these right now. Okay, so we're almost done. What I'm actually ended up doing is, so if you can get, obviously maybe a black one would be better, but you know, this is all I have, and a larger one, but this is just like a standard kitchen trash bag. I ended up ripping, I think it's tucked underneath right now, where the seam is. I ended up ripping the seam and then ripping this orange part on both sides and pulling it apart a little bit so it would be a little bit wider, because it's like, you can see how it's smaller than this basket, so it's kind of hard to fit in at the top. So I ended up just stretching it out a little bit, and then I'm tucking it under. I didn't know I was going to do this, but I don't love that situation. Even though you're not going to be able to see down into it, I still just don't like it. So I've tucked it under, and I put all the plants in. There's 7 in here. And what I've done is just take a little bit of soil, and I'm just spreading it around the edge right here. So it's going to cover up a handful, and just like put it right there. There's a little bit will get down in there, but it'll be fine. Like, you know, and again, if these last the season, then they've served their purpose, and it was a fun project, so win-win situation. But if they last longer, even better. So I'm just going to do that around the edges, and this is what the first one ended up looking like. So you can't even tell. Well, okay, you can tell right there. Right there. Ah, dang. Okay. There you go. You can't even tell that is one big trash bag. You can tell in some spots, but don't tell them. Actually, why not? Tell everybody. This is what it's come to, because this one wasn't happy I was out front and he was not. Okay, I'm gonna show you the finished product. Ta-da! Okay, so this is the bench that I got, and you can see, if I go far away, like there's our front door, but it's kind of just off-centered, like there's not much around the front door. So I just put everything in between these 2 columns, which it's still a little off-centered. I need to scoot it over a little bit, but so there it is. So this is the bench I spray painted. A cushion from Walmart, Target, Amazon somewhere. And then the little planter baskets. For Rex's painting. Rex, but that's how that here. So yep, that's how they turned out, and we'll see how they last, but I'm pretty happy with them. So I just wanted something easy and simple and pretty with color out here,
And that's that. The whole, oh, my glasses are falling down. I'd say the whole thing, bench included, well, not bench included, so just that. I mean, it costs just the cost of the planters, the plastic thing, no thank you. The soil and the flowers. And like I said, I'll put ferns in them and I'll do mums this fall. So we'll see how this goes, but I'm pretty happy with how they turned out in little flowers and finally having something on the porch. And the rest of our porch is pretty simple and easy too, which I really like. I hope you all have a happy, what day is it? It's Thursday. Happy Thursday. And we actually have a project that we did inside as well that I'll probably show you tomorrow because this story is honestly probably very long. So I'll show you it tomorrow. I'm very excited about that one too. Just easy, simple, clean up, use what you have kind of projects. That's my kind of thing. But yeah, hope you all have a great night. I'll talk to you later. Bye.